Hi everyone. Hey, happy Tuesday afternoon. Mitchell here, back on the Sports Hub, and welcome back to my channel for another episode of college football. And this episode will be my picks for week 3 of the tremendous college football season we've had so far. For a couple of the games, there's gonna be a couple games where I go really fast because I'm trying to put the most notable games. Most of the teams that are in the top 25, I forgot to put the ranking of each team, but actually I'm a Michigan fan, as most of you know from my previous videos. They do not play this week, but I'll sometimes I'll every now and then pay attention to the other games, depending on which games are good and which games are not, especially that we have phones this day and age where you can stream the games or check the score and get instant highlights easily. So to start off, we actually have 3 Friday games, and they're legitimately good. The first game, we have North Carolina at Wake Forest. I know my picture's a little blurry now. There, that's better. North Carolina, folks, they are the real deal. Steve Spurrier is the head coach of them, and it's phenomenal. They beat South Carolina. It's a Cinderella type of game they had. They came back from 23 to 10 down to win the game. It was very shocking, and it's great for Steve Spurrier to get that type of game. And since he's back in the college football coaching era, that's a great way for him to start. I think they'll beat Wake Forest. I don't think Wake Forest will have enough, especially, it feels like they'll have a tough schedule because North Carolina is now tough in the ACC. So we'll take North Carolina. Kansas actually has gotten better too. They've been bowl games in that, but this will actually come down to the end. I think it'll be a good defensive battle. Let's go with Boston College covering this game. Washington State at Houston. Washington State, they were in the Pac-12 championship last year, and it was a very close game when they played their in-state rivals, Washington. It's very big. It's like when Michigan and Michigan State play each other. It's very big when you have the in-state rivalry, and especially since they have a chance to pull to redeem their prize at another chance to play at the conference championship game in California. I think they're going to continue it. They're gonna win. I wasn't impressed on how Houston looked against Oklahoma during that first Sunday night game. Again, they played against Jalen Hurts, but I just wasn't as impressed with them. They have a stud quarterback, but I don't think it'll be enough for them to be a Pac-12 Scott that did reach their own conference championship game, as I mentioned earlier. So let's go with Washington State here. They'll cover the big win on the road. So that'll be it for the Friday game. So like I said, notable games. Here's the Saturday early games. They're 11 a.m. starts. Notable games only, which is noon Eastern for you guys that live on the Eastern time zone. Ohio State at Indiana. I think don't be surprised if Indiana doesn't stay in it for at least a half or even 3 quarters, just because they can really play with teams that are actually really good because they prepare, and their coaching staff's really improved, and their effort, they've really scared me as a Michigan fan when they've won it, when they've been close to winning in overtime. I mean, since in 2017 it was a crazy game where Michigan won about two or three overtimes in Indiana, and also when Indiana's came to the Big House at Ann Arbor, it's actually been a shootout every time. So definitely a team to watch out for. But I see Ohio State and Justin Fields and company pulling this out, and Ryan Day will go 3-0 for the Buckeyes. Pitt at Penn State. Actually, it was announced that Chris Fowler will actually be calling this game, which will be cool to watch some of it. And then he'll be pairing with Todd Blackledge because he used to play at Penn State. And since the Saturday night game I'll get into later, but since Sean McDonough was getting announced in one of the biggest prestigious all-time awards in all sports at his own alma mater in Syracuse, that's why he'll be calling the game with Todd Blackledge, which I heard this morning from an article that might be the last time Penn State and Pitt ever play each other. But I hope that's not true. I hope in 2026 or 2027 they can get going and play each other, because in-state rivalries in general are just fun to watch, especially early in the season. So it's in Penn State, in Happy Valley, one of the toughest places to play in college football. So I don't see this. I don't see this going any other way. Penn State's 13th in the nation, so I'll take Penn State in this one. I don't know what this is to feature a game, but I'll take Maryland in this one just because I think they're dominating the Big Ten so far, and I don't think Temple's going to have enough to pull them out. And when you don't get to 6 wins, you may not be bowl eligible. So I think that's Temple's tougher games. I don't know if I see this as a notable game, but Tennessee's literally 0-2. They lost to BYU in overtime. I was so happy, and so it was just so hilarious. And I had to put that game because if they go 0-3, my goodness. College football world's going to turn into March Madness where you have Cinderella type of teams winning it. But I think it's going to be very close. I think Chattanooga's good defensively, and when they play an SEC school, I think they're gonna struggle. So it's gonna be very close, but I'm gonna have them pull out the upset. So I have Chattanooga beating Tennessee. Kansas State will definitely beat Mississippi State. They'll still have their head coach this year, and I like them because they keep most of their juniors and seniors there most of the time. Alabama and South Carolina. This is Steve Spurrier's former squad. I don't see this being close, and it's just really going to be tough for them to even make a game out of it against Tua and company. It's the opening game for the SEC on CBS with Brad Nessler and whoever his name is. I forgot his name. That's the color commentator, but it's the first game for the great SEC on CBS series coming. Gary Danielson's the name. So, yeah, it'll be a great SEC lineup eventually, and this is just a good start of it. We'll take the Tide in this one, I think. Wouldn't be surprised if South Carolina hung around until around the mid-third quarter, so we'll see. I'll take the Tide covering that one. Excuse me. I take UCF being Stanford. Northwestern will definitely beat UNLV after losing to Stanford in the last second, 17-10 on the first game on Saturday. The Labor Day Saturday. We have Arizona State and Michigan State. Don't be surprised if Arizona State hangs around either. I know I keep saying those terms, but I think they can really hang out because Michigan State's defense is actually not that tough. Their offense is good, their defense is really good, and their offense isn't. And they still have Brian Lewerke as the quarterback, so he's really got to get going if they want to even have a consistent type of game. So we will take the Spartans, our rivals. We'll take them to win that one. Utah State at BYU. We'll definitely take BYU for them to keep going. They'll be going 2-1 because they lost their first game. So we'll have them covering against Utah State. Iowa State. This is where College Game Day will be. I think this is gonna be a really good matchup. It's at 3:00 on Fox Sports 1. I really see it coming down to the end, and like I said, in-state rivals are just really fun early on this season. This is a big game for Iowa, especially as they go on the road. I see Iowa State upsetting them though. It'd be good for Big Ten fans outside of Iowa Nation if they lost this game. And I just think it's going to be that time where Iowa State's going to be ready to shine in the college football world. Florida, Kentucky. This is Felipe Franks' second start of the season, and they haven't played since the Miami game on week 0. So this is gonna be a good game, and I think they're gonna have too much to beat Kentucky, but go Cats in this one because it's always fun to see upsets. So I'll still take Florida to cover. This one. Saturday Night Football on the ABC. We have Clemson at Syracuse. That's going to be a very good game, and I think Clemson's definitely going to be ready for the challenge on the road. Like I said, Sean McDonald's going to be going back to his alma mater, college. He's going to be in one of the all-time broadcasting Hall of Fame. That's going to be a cool ceremony to hear about Friday, and he'll be announcing his own school's game, and he used to go to school there, as mentioned, and he'll be doing it with Herbie, and Herbie is the best of the best, Kirk Herbstreit. So this will definitely, I think this will be a very defensive battle, but I'm going to go with another upset. I'm going to go with the Orange of Syracuse. Florida State at Virginia. I think this is another good game. Florida State nearly got scared, nearly got beat again to another non-conference team. I think it's CSU Bakersfield. They missed an extra point in either it was double overtime. They missed an extra point that they could have tied it at 45. Instead, the final score was 44-45, and they ended up losing. And Florida State survived, and now they're 1-1 instead of 0-2. So I think this is a very big game for them, and Virginia is for real. I mean, they're for real, and their quarterback played very well the first weekend of college football, and I think Florida State's still going to pull it out, though. If Virginia gets 6 or 7 wins, that's incredible for them, and I know they've been waiting forever to have a good football squad, along with the basketball team winning the national championship. But we'll still take Florida State here. My writing's a little sloppy today. Sorry, folks. Oklahoma at UCLA. This is Jalen Hurts. And UCLA is already 0-2, so I don't see this even being close. So Jalen Hurts and company for Oklahoma. They're in the top 5. They will definitely get this one. So now there are a few seconds for you guys to look at all my picks for the big week 3 coming in college football. And hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and have a great day.